Illinois State, both 6-point games. I mean, tough opponents. What can you expect from this time around?
Well, I think they're both really good defensively, and they're gaining some confidence. I think Illinois State's coming off a great weekend with a couple of wins. I think they feel good about what they're doing. Bradley's been a little bit up and down in terms of getting wins, but man, they're good. They're talented. I think we saw that when we played them. So this is really two physically tough teams that we're going to be playing this weekend.
We were looking at the schedule. I think there's only like 7 regular season games left before you start talking tournament. What's something you guys are wanting to kind of shore up this second time around facing these teams?
We're really just trying to clean up a few details. Obviously we want to be good at what we're doing, but we also want to just make a few less mistakes. And there's not one big specific thing that's going to affect that. We're still working on our rebounding, which we've been working on for the last few weeks really hard. But just a few less mistakes, whether that be on the offensive end, with our execution, taking care of the basketball, or on the defensive end and in our communication and how we're playing our team defense.
You have those 2 tough teams here at home this week, so how is that going to help you guys?
Well, I think just playing teams that are rolling right now, you've got to come in ready to play. And I think for us, I think we hopefully will not take those teams lightly. It will be great to be back in the queue playing at home. I think that's going to be fun. You're gone for 3 games, and it feels like an eternity, so we're glad to be back and hopefully playing in front of a great crowd this weekend.
Like you said, both these teams are strong defensively, and Illinois State, more than Bradley, likes to slow the game down to their pace, prevent shots from going up. What's your game plan to combat that?
Well, I think, first of all, we've got to be able to take care of the basketball, and we've still got to be able to move the basketball. Nothing's going to be easy early in the shot clock. They just don't give up easy things early. So we're going to have some patience to be able to settle into our offensive execution, find breakdowns that they might have. We may have a few wrinkles for that game, but for the most part, you go in and you just understand it's going to be tough, and then you've got to be able to crash the boards. They're great on the boards in terms of boxing out, so you got to be able to get around that and maybe get some extra shots up.
When you guys went to ISU and Bradley, those kind of started like a really good run defensively for you guys. What was clicking at that point? And when the team is playing well on defense, what do you notice maybe that's different?
Well, I think when we're playing well, we've got some people stepping up. I think you see Bryce Caleb stepping up. I think you see Daniel Gitson stepping up. Those two are really causing a lot of problems on the perimeter for folks. We're pretty consistent with Aubrey Buckley and her play. But also I think now we've had Emily Gartner come in and give us some big minutes defensively. So I think those people have been pretty consistent. But when you have people like Leanne Plovey come in and do well, and Liza do well, when everybody steps in and makes plays defensively and not giving up anything easy, it's pretty steady and pretty solid across the board.
And just at this point of the season, I mean, what have you noticed as a head coach about, like mid-February, as you're getting closer to the conference tournament, you've got 20-something games under your belt. Physically, what does it take to really actually finish strong?
I think you have to still improve. And I think that is really hard for a lot of teams to do at this point because you're in your routine, you're settled in, the team that you are is on the court. I mean, there's not a lot of adjustments that are going to be made. But I still think as a coach and as a program, as an individual player, if you can really commit to finding ways to get better, you can make a push from this point all the way till the end of the season, till the conference tournament. So I think our team buys into that. Whether we will or not, whether we will make a jump is still remain to be seen. But I do think our players understand that's the goal. We want to be a better basketball team in 2 weeks than we were today. And we're still trying to find ways to improve and practice and still trying to keep our team. At this point, we want to try to start thinking about keeping them fresh so that when they go out, they've got good, strong legs and a lot of energy.
Does that change the practice schedule at all by just keeping them fresh?
Yeah, about this time, we'll probably get through this weekend and start looking at maybe some tapering down a little bit in terms of what we're doing. But, we push them as long and as far as we think we can, and then now is going to be the time that we maybe dial it back a little bit. I thought a couple weekends ago we had a bye weekend. I had a bye week, had off day, and I thought that was huge for us. I thought we could tell the results in the following game. So hopefully if we can find an extra day off or two here coming up, then it'll give us a little bit more energy.
You kind of mentioned it a little bit earlier, big weekends for Buckley and Gartner. Kind of maybe it seemed lopsided because of how many points they both just scored, but is there an inside game that you guys are going to kind of focus more towards now, or is it going to be opening up things outside for for you guys?
Well, I think Emily especially came in and did a really good job, and Buckley did a really good job against Northern Iowa. Our game plan was to get the ball inside against Drake. We felt like we could get it in there based on some of the previous games that we had seen, and we felt like we could convert. What I would like to see is a great balance, that we have an inside presence that can score, that we have outside shooters, we have outside perimeter players getting to the basket. To me, that's when you're the toughest to guard. You can't really key in on one thing. I still think we're working towards that, but I think this weekend we could really take out some confidence with our post play and post efficiency offensively.
Good.